Today is revision day. We're going to be revising our writing. So we're going to use the ARMS strategy. This is nothing new. We've used this for every piece of writing we've done this year. So we're going to look and see what needs to be added, removed, moved, or substituted. So you are going to need all of your writing pieces today. We're going to do all 5 chapters revision. Okay? So get your writing piece. And nope, my writing piece is not there. That's my computer. There it is. All right. So first thing that you have to do is you have to reread your entire story. I mean, you wrote the whole thing. It's good stuff. Why would you not want to reread it? But you have to reread it to be able to revise it. So as we read each chapter, you're going to be checking to see, are there words that need added or sentences that need added? Maybe because it doesn't make sense. Maybe, oh, wow, I left a word out of that sentence. Or I don't think people are going to understand what that means. I need to add in another sentence explaining it. So you may need to add in more details. You might need to add in more descriptions. And also, do we need to remove things? Did I repeat things too many times where I'm like going over and over, making it boring? Do I need to move something? Like this sentence is in the wrong spot. It actually, remember sequencing, putting things in order. Maybe I put it at the beginning, but it makes more sense to move it to the end. That one would be shown with just an arrow. And then substituting, that's where the wow words come in. So if I'm using words like big or little or sad, instead of that for big, could I use huge, gigantic, little, teeny tiny, itty bitty, minuscule? That's a good one. Instead of sad, depressed, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can add, remove, move, or substitute anything. While you're doing your work, you can have this up on your screen as well. So on the Post-its for today, all you need to do is find the one that says the revised chart. And that will be the same thing that I am showing you on here. It's the same thing, okay? So you can peek on that. So here we go. I use Zoom every day. I teach my students math and reading on Zoom. To keep everyone on track and engaged, we have Zoom rules. All right, so I don't feel like I need to add anything there. Maybe I do. Maybe I do need to add another sentence. Maybe I need to add into Zoom why I do it on Zoom and not record a video. So I'm going to add in a sentence. So if you need to add something and there wasn't room here for another sentence, I can do an arrow and then add it in. So let me add a sentence there. Okay, so the sentence I added is, this is my direct instruction lesson. To keep everyone on track and engaged, we have Zoom rules. All right, so no eating, that sounds good. Must be sitting up. Let's add a word in here. Students must be sitting up and properly clothed. Find a quiet learning space. Mute if it's noisy at your house. Cameras must be on or at least be able to answer questions right away. Or, you know what I need to add? Or at least students. Cameras must be on or at least students must be able to answer questions right away. See how that makes more sense? This is what I want you to do. And I'm doing a lot of adding. I haven't done really any removing, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't need to remove unless you're repeating yourself a lot. And I feel like those rules, I liked the way the list was, I like the order the list was in, so I don't need to move anything. And I feel like substitutions haven't really needed to be done yet because I'm using pretty good vocabulary. At the beginning of the year, we had a problem with someone coming on our Zoom and cussing. It was very upsetting. All right, so that sounds good. Next page. I emailed the parents so they could help keep an eye out on 4th to 6th grade aged boys who were doing it. Now that's kind of worded funny, so I think I need to reword that. Let me figure out how I want to reword that. Okay, so I figured out how I wanted to reword it. So I emailed the parents so they could help keep an eye out, period. I ended that sentence. It sounded like remove 4th to 6th grade aged boys, get rid of who, were doing it, period. So see how I did some rearranging, and now that sentence sounds so much better. I removed some things and I added in some things. I also changed our passcode. Another thing I do now is if someone tries to enter and I don't recognize the name, I mute all permanently until the new person shows their face. And instead of safety first, I think I could probably add in, I'm going to remove that. This is helping to keep us all safe. I think that sounds better. Notice I didn't use my best handwriting because this is just my rough draft still. So you're going to continue to do exactly what I just did there with the adding, removing, moving, and substituting with all of your stories. So log in and find your class, click the add button and assign activity. You will need to create your own assignment or search for a pre-made assignment. So keep going through your entire story, reread all of it, revise all of it, and when you're done with that, you are done with writing for today. Okay? Go get revising. Arms, add, remove, move, substitute. Go.